Hey guys, what is up and welcome to today's vlog. It is cram-packed full of working on the 33.4. First thing that I need to do is I'm in the car and I just started it. I'm moving it away from the side of my house so that I can get access to this entire side of the car. Normally this is like the driveway where like my neighbors are. The way like the housing is in Japan, it's quite close quarters, I guess is what you'd say. Anyways, and I need to take out passenger seat, the rear seat, and pull out a wiring loom for the ABS that goes through there, because that wiring loom plus the ABS ECU and all of that needs to go with my old diff setup that was in this car. The GTR kind of like automatically adjusting hydraulic special diff. A friend of mine bought that in Australia, so I'm sending that to him, getting that added to the container and stuff like that. But other things I need to do is I need to install these. Now these are a prototype that was sent to me from DGR, my suspension sponsored company. So they're looking after me. I sent them all the measurements to get these made and set up. Now I was talking to Semi Vanes about this the other night, and with the R chassis you can't adjust your camber from the top here. The only benefit of being able to move the top of your strut or coilover is that if you have long, extended LCAs and stuff like that for lock. So the main benefit of me being able to have this is I've got a pillow ball top mount now, which means things are going to be a little bit more consistent when I'm steering and drifting and stuff like that. As well as when I do my lock mods in the future, I'll be able to move the coilover outwards and inwards depending on what geometry I need. So those I need to put those in as well. And I also have a oil filter sandwich plate that I want to install so that I can get my oil pressure and oil temp sensors working for my Defi gauges. And that's everything I have planned for today. It's about 1:13, 1:15. We'll see how we go with time. All right, so let's explain everything that I've done so far. This is the Altezza /diff/ABS computer for the Skyline, which obviously I've unbolted and unplugged from the massive plug. The reason why I said unbolted is there is a bolt that holds it in. This is the relay for it, and then all of this here, as you can see, along the floor, and it goes under the carpet up into where the ECU is there and unplugs and everything there. So that's what I need to get to. Now, this top section here actually goes through there, through the parcel shelf and the rear firewall, and comes through to these plugs, which I've unplugged. And then this wire comes along here, down along the back of the light, and it actually gets taped in here to all of the tail light wiring. So I do need to go through the Stanley knife, cut off all the tape and separate that. As you can see, there is some water in my boot because I don't know if it's my boot lid leaking or there's a seal under here that's leaking. Anyways, I'll look at that in another video. What I'll probably get myself and May to do is I'll probably lock myself in the boot with a light and the camera, and I'll get her to just get the hose on and run it over the boot so I can work out where it's leaking from to fix it, because this isn't good. I don't want this rusting anymore. So I mean, eventually this is all going to get cut out anyways, because I'll be going a tube rear end in this, and this will be a full drift car sometime in the future. So that's my plans there. And then this is the wiring here that goes to the fill tank and then down to the actual pump that pumps the hydraulic fluid in and out of the diff. So I need to separate all of those wires from the tail light wires here, which shouldn't be too hard. It'll just be running a Stanley knife along, and it'll be a little bit tedious, but it's not too difficult. And then that's all of that out. The other thing I need to do is I need to take this cluster out, because this is a special cluster, the limited edition cluster. Here, let me get my steering wheel off one-handed with the quick release, which somehow I managed to do, but I just got grease all over my hand. Lovely. You can see it's got slip and A-LSD, so that's the indicator to tell you what the ECU is doing, whether it's the diff is slipping and then it automatically locks up, or if there's an error and it blinks and gives you certain error codes and stuff like that if there's an issue. So this cluster is going to go with the kit. So it's all part of it, right? It's a pain in the ass because I wish I could just box up the diff and send it off, but all this wiring isn't in the standard GTST R33, so it has to be done. so this is the loom here for the hydraulic pumps, and I did have to cut a couple wires. It doesn't just unplug, unfortunately. This is just a solid battery positive lead, and then his ground lead. These get spliced into, it seems Nissan splices these into the tail light loom. So and I couldn't just give him the plug with that, because otherwise then my tail lights won't work, which you'll see here. So I gave myself a little bit here for this 12-volt rail in case I ever want to have something that needs a solid 12 volts coming from up in there, but I don't think I will. I'm just going to probably fold it over and tape it up so that it's not going to short out on anything. This actually goes through there, the parcel shelf and everything, and comes into this side and plugs into all of this up here. So that's why I couldn't just give him those plugs, because these plugs go to tail lights and whatnot. So he'll be able to splice that in his loom into the R33. And the ground's easy. He can run a new ground for that if he wants. So I'm kind of left with all of this now, which needs to be tidied up with some electrical tape, but I'm still not finished yet. Excuse me. I still need to pull through the ABS loom, so I'll get onto that after I kind of tidy this up and get my tail lights and everything working again. Okay, so this is all the wiring that I needed to get out, and this is just a bunch of junk left over from all the tape and stuff that was around the looms that I had to separate. And this was an old CD deck cable that ran from the front of my head deck all the way to the boot. So don't need any of that stuff anymore. Now on to other things in the car. Everything's back together as you saw in the time lapse, and I'm gonna do the top pillow ball adjustment tops on my coilovers right now. Okay, so I've hit a setback with the coilover, the top pillow ball adjustable plates. And this is pretty standard with prototyping and things like that. There's nothing wrong with the product. It will work perfectly. It's just they forgot to send me one extra part that I need to be able to fit these, and that's a CNC like aluminium kind of spacer. And what it does is it's like a special cone that goes in the top of the spring here. So see, there's like a little rubber cone there right now. So there's a special alloy like CNC billet one that they're supposed to send with this to me, but they forgot. They left it on the bench next to the package. What it does is it goes in between the main top plate and the adjustable plate here, and then into the spring. And the reason for that is because if I just threw this on right now, it wouldn't work. It would actually be quite dangerous because the adjustable plate is so wide that it comes in contact with the spring. So we got that off for now. Back to the original one, and then when they send that new one out, I'll throw these in, and we'll do another video on that. Okay, so I got that cluster installed. As you saw, the light disappeared. So I took the car out for a test drive. Everything worked. The cluster was great. I was a little bit nervous because I bought that through Yahoo Auctions and sometimes parts don't work. So that was good. No problems there. So then I was able to box up that, the cluster that goes with the diff setup and all that wiring and stuff, put all that in a box, which means that I'll be able to ship that off to the container this week, which means it will make the container and go to Australia essentially November, the first couple of weeks of November. I think we've scheduled the container to leave. But yeah, today, I mean, I feel really satisfied because I got like all that wiring sorted out. Like that was a huge job and I got it done so quick. So I'm really happy and proud of myself for that. The other thing is I'm kind of bummed obviously about the adjustable pillow ball tops for my coilovers. That kind of sucked, but that's prototyping. As I said, it always happens, that kind of thing. So I'll wait for those new parts to come that I'll then be able to get those installed. And the other thing is I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to get the new Otaku Garage banner on, and then I also wanted to get that sandwich plate on so I could get my oil, temp, and pressure sensors working for my Defi gauges. Actually, one thing I wanted to check with you guys is, so these are the new banners. Let's see, I'll put it out on the couch so you can see it. Now, obviously, it's not going to be this thick on your windscreen. This is just so it's catered so that it'll fit multiple different cars. Normally, you'll only see from like the top of this will be this. This will be the top of your windscreen along here. But anyways, are you guys interested in these? Do you guys want me to put these up on the online store and maybe we can do a coupon code for all of my subscribers? If you guys are keen on this, let me know in the comment section and I'll do a run of these and I'll add them to the Otaku Garage online store with a special coupon for you guys to get a discount on them. Okay, so banner aside, yeah, today was good. It just, unfortunately, I didn't get to work on the car as much as I wanted. I didn't have enough time in the day. And that's because, I do so much work. I'm so busy. I work full time here in Japan. Then obviously on my days off from that, I try to, work for Otaku Garage doing accounting, bookkeeping and HR work, as well as, marketing and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm a business owner, so that you do pretty much everything. And then on top of that, YouTube, right? So I'm flat out and I have to prioritize and organize how I spend my time, where I spend my time and stuff like that. So it's very valuable to me. And at the moment, like I even don't get to like spend much time hanging out with heaps of friends here in Japan, like unless they're involved in like, drift scene and stuff like that, where when I see them, when I go twice or once a month to like Nikko Circuit to go drifting, I see them there. So that kind of sucks. But, I'm just really busy right now because I believe that if I keep putting in heaps and heaps of work, especially in the YouTube channel, that it's going to reward me. My dream is that, obviously I can leave my full-time job here in Japan and just do YouTube and Otaku Garage on the side. So, if you're still like watching this video right now, I think you guys are like amazing. I love you guys because you're like the ones that are supporting me, and watching my content means that obviously I'll make ad revenue, which then eventually will mean that I'll be able to, leave my full-time job here in Japan and just be able to work and do YouTube. I think that's like such, I guess, it'll suit my lifestyle really well, and I just want to keep making really good content and give that to you guys as well. And I mean, I could go on all day, right? But I guess I'm just really excited because we're about to hit 10K subscribers, and the more subscribers that come in, the more that becomes a reality for me, being able to just do YouTube full time. So guys, thanks heaps for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in some way, learning about Skylines and things like that. But otherwise, guys, I'm super pumped. Tomorrow I'm going for a drive to Tochigi, which is like a 2 to 3 hour drive depending on traffic. If traffic's really bad, it'll be like 4 or 5, so fingers crossed. But I'm hanging out with Josh again from like the one-of-a-kind RX-7. He's also been building a super wide 350Z, so I'm going to do some awesome content, film a couple videos there for you guys. So I'm excited about spending some time with him tomorrow doing that. We may even do some repairs on the front bar of my 33.4. But anyways, enough talking. Guys, once again, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, mata ne.